gonna say it's not good. You know, we all have to go sometime. Yes. You know, we all have to die someone, but it's all about the quality of life while you're here, not the quantity, the quality. So it doesn't matter if you're here for 50 years, 40 years, or 100 years. It's that quality. That's what counts.
Absolutely. Some people are living, but they're not living.
Yeah, the knowledge. I'm here to help people. Thousands of testimonials on the page of people actually in the group reversing diseases and getting a lot of weight loss and whatever, you know, whatever disease, kidney disease, cancer, lupus, high cholesterol, you name it. I've seen it in the group. People tell you you cannot do this. Never think, oh, you cannot do this. Nothing to lose. You know, if you're sick and you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, give it a try.
If we keep the knowledge to ourselves, then guess what? We're doing our people a disservice because our people will perish for a lack of knowledge. Peace, family. ScottBERNARD here, back with another video. I'm here with a legend. I have not gotten so many requests in my life. They're posting a short video with this young man right here. We're here to talk the truth, divine truth, and break all fallacies. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Orville, the 10-year Fruitarian.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hope all is well. I'm here to answer all your questions, so I'm really looking forward to this video. Blow some of the myths away of you know, nutrition, because there's so many myths out there that a lot of you guys are following, and you just kind of be still stuck. So you need to get on stock, and this is what this interview is about.
Like I said before, fam, we're here to bring divine truth and break all fallacies. I've known you for quite some time, a couple of years now, right?
It's a few years.
Yeah, a few years.
It's a few years. Yeah.
Every time I see this man, you're getting younger by the day.
Thank you.
What's your name, where you're from, and what's your origin?
My name is Orvel Douglas. I was born in the UK with Jamaican parents. I live here in New York City, in Harlem, New York City.
How was your upbringing? How was it growing up in the UK?
Oh, the UK was great. Grew up with Jamaican parents who were Jamaican values. Be disciplined, you know, learning. You had to go to school, you had to go to church, you had to do everything we had to do, and that's what we did. It was a good upbringing.
How old are you right now, sir?
I'm 59. I'll be 60 in February.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you'll be 60 in February.
Yes.
You'll be like, oh, he looked like he's in his 30s. He looked like in his 40s, and what have you, not knowing that this man is about to turn 60 years old. Well, 60 years young. Look at him.
Absolutely.
He's
absolutely.
shining.
Yes. I have a daughter. She's 39. I'm 40. I have a granddaughter, 21, and I have a grandson, 4 years old.
See, he's a family man.
Yeah.
He's a family man. You explain to us, how was your nutrition journey, your wellness journey?
This journey started many years ago. I was like overweight. I was like 50 pounds overweight, and I didn't really like the way I looked.
Really?
Yeah, I was 50 pounds overweight, and I didn't like the way I looked. So I decided to read up on nutrition, exercise. So I started to go to the gym, and within 8 weeks, I lost like 50 pounds. 50 pounds in 8 weeks, because I just went every single day. I changed my diet completely.
Wait, hold on, Orville. I'm a trainer. I'm a professional online trainer. You said you lost 50 pounds in how many weeks?
8 weeks.
8 weeks.
8 weeks.
Wow. Yeah. Get into that. We need more context on that, because I'm like, wait, if you're losing that much weight, and you might be doing something. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. Diet as a major part when it comes to losing weight. So a lot of people do the minimum, and they may lose 1 pound, 2 pounds to do the minimum. But I was working out like an athlete. I changed my diet totally.
Ooh.
I stopped drinking alcohol. At the time, I was just drinking water. It was a vegan diet, low-fat vegan diet. I was, you know, that's what it was. I promised myself, once I lost that weight, it will never come back, and it never did. And that was over 20 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Would you consider yourself an individual with discipline?
Yes, I'm a very disciplined guy. Very. People that know me personally, they know that I'm a very disciplined guy.
You're gonna get it done by any means necessary.
Any means necessary.
Malcolm X voice.
That's right. But you know, when you want something, you gotta do it.
Yes. 50 pounds overweight, and then you lost the weight. Did you go vegan around that time?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and what year was that?
I think it was 1997. I think it's about 26 years.
1997?
Yeah, it's about 26 years, something like that. 97, 98, something like that.
Now, from vegan, right?
Yes.
How long was your vegan journey until you transitioned into the Fruitarian? Because that's what people want to know. People want to know, wait, hold on, this guy only eats fruits and he looks like that?
Yeah.
Like, oh, how can this be?
From the vegan diet, I was just eating vegan. I've been a Fruitarian, actually, it's not even 10 years, it's 11 years actually.
Oh.
It's 11 years.
10 plus 1.
Oh, yeah, it's 11 years.
Yeah.
You know, I'm vegan to raw vegan. So I went to raw vegan for 3 years, about 3 years. And then what it was, I didn't know anything about fruit, being a fruitarian. It wasn't something that I planned to do. Basically, I just found that being a raw vegan, it's a lot of preparation. I mean, you can just eat salad, was that kind of boring, but you know, if you want other stuff, you got to dehydrate the food, and it takes a lot of preparation. So I found out I was just eating fruits. You know, throughout the day I was busy eating fruits, so let me just eat that. And then all of a sudden I realized I'm just eating fruits.
That's how it happened.
That's how it happened, and I stuck with it.
You know, yeah. Talk about a man with discipline and perseverance, because vegan for what, 7 years now?
Right.
7 years, and this year is the first time that I really tap into raw veganism as a detox, cleanse my body and to heal my body. The fact of the matter is, just because it's vegan doesn't mean that it's healthy.
Absolutely, yeah. There's a lot of junk food, in vegan foods. There's a lot of junk food, but it's better than the other stuff, but still it's still junk food.
Wow, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I got into my raw vegan journey and cleansing my body. I felt way different, way different. I did a 21-day raw vegan cleanse with my group on Facebook, and please, do not forget that this man has an accountability group.
Yeah, my group, it's a Facebook group. I know a lot of you guys are Instagram and not on Facebook, but if you really want to learn, can for Facebook just for that particular reason. And the group is every other month. And in this group, we get like a lot of healing. I talk about my lifestyle. I talk about nutrition. I talk about exercise. I talk about healing crisis. I talk about a whole bunch of things that you may go through. Times people, they're just going on these fruits and they don't really know what they're doing, and they may come up with some issue, like they feel sick and they think something's going wrong. I'm there to guide you. On Facebook, it's every other month. You can visit my website, orveldouglas.com. All the information is there, all the testimonials are there. People, I've been doing this the past 7 years. I have thousands of testimonials on the page of people actually in the group reversing diseases and getting a lot of weight loss and whatever, you know, whatever disease, kidney disease, cancer, lupus, high cholesterol, you name it, I've seen it in the group. People tell you you cannot do this, never think, oh, you cannot do this, because if you can't, you won't do it.
So speaking about testimonials, what have you gained and what have you healed within yourself of pursuing the fruitarian lifestyle or the healthy lifestyle that you live right now? What has that done for you?
Well, what it's done for me, basically what it was, when I decided to change my whole diet, prevention guy rather than cure. A lot of
prevention is better than the cure.
Yeah, I'm rather a prevention guy. So what I used to notice, you just see, you know, your family members, when you're a young person and you see your family members at a certain, they're young, you're a young person and they're like say in their 20s, 30s, and they're healthy. But by the time they get like 40, 50, you see they got all these health issues. It's like with everyone, all these parents, family members. So I said to myself, you know something? I don't want to be one of those people. I do not want to be one of those people. I get to 40 years old and I cannot do anything. So I've seen people get all these diseases,
chronic
illnesses, and these are, you know, your parents' friends, your parents, they were healthy at a certain age. They get to a certain age, they're taking all this medication, and that's what it was for me. Because when I had my daughter, I said to myself, you know something? I'm not gonna be one of these fathers who's not gonna be able to do anything with my kids or my grandkids.
The dad bod.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be definitely not for me. You know, so be healthy, to able to do, you know, things with them, walk around with them, run around with them and stuff like that. And someone in a kind of a chair just sitting around watching everyone have fun and I'm just sitting around. No, that is not me.
You know what personally kills me, Orville? When people do not take accountability for their health and for their actions. People start to say, diabetes run in my family, high blood pressure run in my family, cancer runs in my family, all of these things. And it's like, okay, if these ailments and these generational curses run in your family, who's going to be the one to break them?
Right, absolutely. You know, as I said, when people say that, it runs in your family is bad habits. You know,
say that again. Say it again.
That runs in your family is bad habits. Now, bad habits have been passed down from generation to generation. So obviously, if you're all made up of the same genes, you all have the same potential of getting something. So if grandmother cooks a certain way and passes it down to you, and you eat it and you pass that down to your family, yeah, that's got to run in your family because you haven't broke the curse. Now, when you change your whole diet, then you'll break that curse. But if your family's prone to cancer or diabetes, because we're all prone to something, but it's up to you whether you want to. It's up to you whether you want to keep that switch off or on. It's really up to you, and diet will switch it on or off.
Ain't nobody gonna do it for you, family.
Yeah.
You gotta take accountability for your actions. You gotta take accountability for your health. And speaking about taking accountability, beginning phases of this interview, you said that you were researching and you were learning. Can you name some of the things that you were researching and learning from certain literature and things of that nature?
Yeah, it was basically, well, I was buying fitness magazines. That's what it was. It was just fitness magazines, just like reading certain things about certain different type of exercises, nutrition, you know, my whole nutrition perspective has changed since then, but that was the beginning, you know, so that got me to a healthier stage. And as I got more into it and got into raw vegan, then all that kind of changed because it was another way of pursuing health on a higher level. So that's how it happened, you know.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. You say you got into fruitarianism from just like an accident kind of thing?
Yeah, just accident. I was just eating, you know, it was just an accident. I didn't even think about it. I was on a raw vegan diet, but you know, I just didn't have the time. I like raw vegan food, and yes, I do eat raw vegan foods from time to time. I go to my favorite raw vegan restaurant in DC, or they have one in New York every now and then. But it was just like the preparation. The food is really good, but the preparation, and then, you know, I just couldn't do it anymore, you know, because I didn't have the time. I'm a busy man, I'm on the go. I wanted something easy, and I was just eating fruits, and I just ate enough fruits until I feel satiated. And that's how the journey started.
So, you know what, we gotta address some haters and some people talking about, oh, he looked like his neck is about to snap, he looked like he ain't got no muscle mass, but yet the man said he's been doing fitness and he's been working out as a 10-year fruitarian. Right. Looking great, he's still got some lean muscle in him. Right. So now we're here to break the fallacies and bring divine truth. Protein, protein, protein. People even look at me as a 7-year-old vegan, where you get your protein from. Right. Then raw vegan, oh my God, you're not eating cooked food, where you get your protein from. Fruits, where are you getting your protein from? I'm here with you, I'm here with the master. Right, right. So can you please give us some divine truth about this protein myth and how to sustain as a fruitarian? Yeah, so everyone must understand that, you know, the body uses amino acids. That's what it uses. Now, the body cannot use protein. Protein is something that you find in animal flesh. Okay, that's where you find protein. So when a person, you know, you're eating the animal flesh, but remember, the only way your body can absorb the amino acid, it has to break it down to the smallest parts, which is amino acids, and that's where the body can take it in. Why don't you cut that middleman out, the middle animal out, and just get it from the source, the plants? Cut the middleman out. Cut it out, because look, I'll give you a fine example. You have a cow who lives in its natural habitat. All the cow does is graze on grass the whole day, but you're eating that cow for so-called protein, you know, iron, whatever. You know, how did that cow get it? That's the things you have to think about. You know, not literally go by what you've read in books. Think about it. Things have to make sense to you. You know, that's all it is. All the other animals in nature, if they're carnivore or plant eaters, they eat their specific diet they're supposed to eat. You know, and that's it. But we do not need animal protein, because animal protein will kill you. There's something called protein poisoning. Oh, protein poisoning, and a lot of people are protein poisoned. When people talk about deficiencies, I'll tell you what deficiencies: cancer, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. That's what deficiencies are. That's what the real deficiency, because they mean the body's deficient in something, and that's the reason why you're sick. I'll be right there. Yeah. I have to tell the truth. Us coming together and us speaking of this divine truth is going to help you, and it's going to help motivate you. If we keep the knowledge to ourselves, then guess what? We're doing our people a disservice, because our people will perish for a lack of knowledge. Absolutely. And speaking about knowledge, what would you recommend for someone to start this fruitarianism journey? I would recommend, I would always say, if you're coming from meat, I would say always go to a plant-based diet first. Okay. Definitely go to a plant-based diet first, and then once your body gets used to it, then you can try raw vegan and go into fruitarianism. But doing cleanse like what I have in my group, anyone can come from anywhere to join the group, you know. Yes. And basically, my group is not about trying to turn people into a fruitarian. It's basically like cleansing your body and cleaning it. Once our body is cleaned, then you can, you know, if you're eating meat, then you should go to a vegan diet, a low-fat plant-based diet, and so on. But you should always use detoxification as a protocol within your life, because, you know, there's always toxins coming in. You know, we cannot do anything about that. It's all about reduction. That's what it's about, and that's what keeps you healthy. And speaking about cleanse, what is the benefits of cleansing out the system and cleansing out the body, just only eating fruits? Because when I do my cleanse, I do a raw vegan. So I do introduce my vegetables, my sea moss, my teas and what have you. But this is just a fruit thing. Can you please elaborate on that? Yeah, so the reason why I choose fruits, because fruits are very healing and it detoxes the body very, very quickly. It has a type of water that the body needs, you know, and they digest very quickly. Now, the key for any type of reversals or feeling better in any kind of diseases is about digestion. Because if you're eating a food that doesn't break down very quickly, then your body cannot repair, because the only way your body can repair it when it's on empty.
So it's like when you go to sleep, you know, that's when your body repairs, but sleeping is not enough time. Fruits digest within 30 minutes or so. At the day, you're always in a cleansing mode. Digest your 30 minutes and you go back to healing, because the body cannot digest and it cannot heal at the same time. It's either one or the other, and digestion takes up a lot of energy.
The thing that I noticed, like personally, when I was doing my raw vegan fasting and detoxing, I eat my fruits in the morning. Because for one thing, I know that fruits detox the body while vegetables build the body. So I will eat my fruits in the morning, preferably watermelon, cantaloupe, seeded grapes, soursop, as well too, which is one of my favorites as well.
Whatever works. It's always good. Like Scott says, you know, fruits, if you got to eat fruits, always eat it first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. That's the best time to eat it. Don't eat it any other time during the day. If you've eaten a cooked meal or other foods, do not mix fruits with anything else.
I say that, don't mix
fruits. Once you stop eating fruits, whatever time you stop eating fruits, once you go and start eating something else, don't eat any more fruits for the rest of the day, because you got to have a lot of problems, fermenting problems, because fruits digest very quickly, and with all the other stuff, the fat, it takes longer to, it won't even break down, it ferments with the other stuff, and the sugars cannot get into cells where they belong, because every single cell in the body needs sugar.
You say sugar.
Yeah.
And then there's some people that say, oh, sugar's a drug, and then they be like, oh, if you eat so much fruits, I'm coming at the comments that was in that video. Oh, if you eat too many fruits, then you're gonna get diabetes.
Okay, so let's address that. Diabetes is not a sugar disease, it's a fat disease.
Emotional, damn it!
It's a fat disease. Listen to that again. It's a fat disease. That's what it is. Too much fat in the diet, especially animal fat and animal protein. That's what it is, because when you eat all these animal fats and protein, the fat makes the blood very thick and sticky. Now you're eating sugar or fruits on top of that. Every cell needs sugar. Now the sugars cannot get through the fat, because the fat globs up the cells, so the sugars cannot get in. That's where your blood sugar levels go high and low. That's how diabetes starts. Now, if you remove the fat from the diet, you remove the problem.
Wow. So you remove the fat from the diet, you remove the problem.
You remove the problem.
So you would recommend somebody that does have diabetes to continue to eat fruits?
Yeah, fruits by itself. Fruits by itself. In the years I've been doing this challenge, I've had thousands and thousands of reversals of diabetes. Thousands, and it's one of the easiest diseases to reverse. Really, it's really easy. But people tend to believe what the doctor said, oh, sugar's got to do this and do that. No, if you remove the other stuff from the diet, the first couple of days, your sugar levels may still raise, because your body's trying to get rid of, getting rid of the excess fats out of the body.
The purging phase, right?
Yes, so that may happen for a week, maybe a few days, a week, 2 weeks, I'm not too sure. But what you're going to find, you continue, you got to find your sugar. After that, when it's all that, your sugar levels are going to start to come down, because I'll tell you what's happened now, the sugar's gone directly into the cells where they belong. Nothing, there's no roadblock, goes right in.
The fructose, because when you eat fruits, you have fructose.
Fructose is a sugar that doesn't need insulin. It doesn't need insulin. You know, when the sugar in fruits will go directly into the cells where it belongs. It doesn't need any kind of enzymes or insulin to get into the cells to get in there. Now, if people's insulins are keeping going up and down, insulin is a fat storing hormone. You know, it's a fat storing hormone. So you keep on putting pressure on your pancreas, insulin. Fruit, sugar, fructose, that doesn't happen. This is the reason why people reverse their diseases, and it's not just diabetes, but all high blood pressure, kidney disease, whatever.
I have a testimony right here too, because I have a colleague of mine, his name is Jose, Dominican guy.
Right.
And I remember he told me a story randomly. He just told me a story. He said, Scott, you know, I was suffering from thyroid cancer. He said that he started to research. You gotta research. You gotta stop being a sheep being led by a shepherd of destruction. Right. You gotta stop being a sheep. You need to research. You need to have the initiative to find the truth and seek the knowledge. He basically said, Scott, I went raw vegan. I did nothing but fruits. Basically a fruitarian diet for 2 years. He went back to the doctor, and the doctor said there was no trace of the cancer.
Yes, I've heard that so many times. So many times.
You and I know the cancer cells thrive off of carcinogens. Right. Can you please get more into that as well?
Well, it's just basically the poisons within your body, you know, because a lot of the foods are undigested, so it stays in your colon. Also, a lot of medications that people are taking, because a lot of people are taking medication, those also are responsible. It's a lot of poison coming in, but you can reduce what you have coming in, and that's a choice of yours.
Everybody has a choice in this lifetime. Yeah. Everybody. If it's one thing that I, Scott Bernhard, and Orville is not going to do, we're never going to force you to live a healthy lifestyle, but we will educate you, and we will teach you, and we will speak on our own experiences and how we feel. Yes. And what the things that we have done in our own testimonies.
Absolutely. And you know, I cannot really understand when people, they just kind of dismiss something. Someone like myself, Scott, is doing something different. Instead of saying, oh, this is that and that is that, you should ask questions.
Yes.
That's how you go. You don't have to agree with what we're doing, but ask the questions. Just don't dismiss it. If you see that someone is thriving of what they're doing, ask questions. You know, that's why, because you can read so many scientific studies, but it's all, you know, a lot of times you're behind the dollar, almighty dollar. That's all it is. That's
say that again, please.
It's behind the almighty dollar.
Oh.
Scientific studies, you know, they're a good starting point, but I would say, if you see somebody that's doing something totally different, and you see they're thriving, those are the sources. That's the sources you go to and ask them what you're doing, how do you do it, what's real science.
That is real science. Yeah. And I always tell people, be more open-minded. Right. See what others are doing. See how they're thriving. See how they're working. Right. You know, me, 7 years vegan, have a great physique. Right. You, 10 years fruitarian, great physique. Clear skin.
Right. Malnourished.
We're not, you know, under malnutrition or anything like that. Right. But I'm about to get a little bit controversial now, because this came to my attention that there was this young lady, rest in power. She was a popular YouTuber. Don't remember the young lady's name. I'll probably put it in the description below. Quote unquote said that she has perished from adopting the fruitarian lifestyle. Right. Do you have anything that you want to say about that?
Yes, I do. I don't really know the young lady, and I don't know the full story behind it. Right. But apparently, I don't know whether it's true, but apparently what I heard, she had caught cholera in, I think it was Bangladesh or something. I can't remember the country. But she had this virus. I just don't know if that's the case that killed her, but I don't think any diet is gonna, you know, like a raw vegan diet is gonna kill you, because if it was, there's many raw vegans in the world, and you're just hearing this one every now and then, but people die. People die. Yeah, she did look very thin. I just don't know her story behind. I didn't know who she was until I saw the post. So I cannot really comment much on it. But that's all I heard about. She caught a virus. I don't know if that killed her. I have no idea.
See, people are starting to push this agenda and push this propaganda like, oh, her going raw vegan is the reason why she perished and the reason why she passed away. Right. And I'm just like, are you sure? Different elements that could have happened.
Absolutely.
But I feel like sometimes people want to push this propaganda and push whatever it is just to downplay or just to add some negative press to something that they don't necessarily agree with.
Absolutely. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Yes. Yeah.
Seedless fruit versus seeded fruit.
Yeah.
We're about to get in there, Orville. Okay. So, from my understanding, right, seeded fruit, that is the organic fruit. That is the fruit that's the real deal. Right. And then people say seedless fruit is GMO, genetically modified organism, or it's a hybrid or what have you. Do you have any comments on seeded versus seedless fruits?
Yes, I do. And I have a lot of comments on that, you know.
I'm ready.
So number one, seeded is the best type of fruit you can get. Seedless fruits are not genetically modified.
Say that again?
They are not GMO foods.
Okay.
GMO foods are crossed with an animal gene. They are not GMO foods. They're just hybrids. Right. And hybrids happen in nature anyway. What I'm going to say about seedless fruit, a lot of people are stuck on, I need to get seeded this, I need to get seeded that. Yeah, I totally understand. But you're in a place where they do not have seeded fruits. Get the seedless. And the reason I say that is because my group, there was a lot of people saying, oh, I cannot get seeded fruits anymore. I said, well, all you can do is the best you can do, is get what you can do. They still reverse, in my observation, they still reverse their diseases by eating seedless fruits. It's not the fruits that heals you, it's the body that heals you. But you know, with the seeded fruits, all the body's trying to do when it's healed is digest. And it will digest if it's seeded or seedless, it's going to digest. But nutrition-wise, seeded is always the best fruits to eat.
Quality over quantity, yeah?
Absolutely, absolutely.
But if you do not have access to the quality, then you go to the seedless fruit.
Absolutely.
But either way, you are going to get that nutritional benefit.
You got to get that benefit, yeah.
Wow,
you got to get better, yeah. You got to get that benefit. Yeah, but a lot of people are stuck on that, and they, you know, they coming from a diet where they were eating meat with antibiotics and hormones, and all of a sudden, I know you want to do good, but you come over to another lifestyle, and now you really pushed it overboard. You're trying to be perfect. Perfect. You only can be as perfect as you can be. All you can do, you know. But as I said, if you cannot get seeded fruits, Seedless is not gonna kill you. I mean, I eat seeded all the time. I did 96 days on grapes, and I kept hearing these comments. It was all seeded, so I was able to get seeded. And I kept getting these comments, oh, seedless fruit, is this seedless fruit? I said, you know something? For the last 40 days, I did seedless just to prove a point.
Yes.
That's all I did, and I'm still here.
Still here?
Still here.
Still looking young as ever?
Still here. That's what I did. I did seedless on purpose, just to show people that is not the case.
Like a mono fruit. Mono fruit.
Yeah, and most of the time I eat mono fruits anyway.
Yeah.
I don't really eat a lot. This may be controversial, but I don't really eat a lot. I basically just eat 1 meal a day because that's all.
Whoa, wait, hold on, Orville.
Yeah.
You just said the 1 meal a day with just fruits?
Just fruits, just 1 meal a day. I usually eat 1 meal a day, and it's usually around 12, 1 o'clock, because being a fruitarian for so long, to happen that I found that my body doesn't need as much as you think it needs. It doesn't. The body, when the body is clean, it will run on little to no nutrition. You don't really need a lot. You really don't need a lot. It's not all about food. It's about the air. It's about the sun. You don't really need a lot. I'm up in the mornings, working out on an empty stomach. I always work on an empty stomach. I eat, this around 4 o'clock in the morning. Then I eat my lunch around 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. That's my first meal because I only eat when I'm hungry. I don't eat by the clock. I don't count calories. I eat enough until I'm satiated. Once I feel satiated, then I'm good. And that usually, my satiation lasts for 24 hours.
So pretty much you just listen to your body.
I just listen to my body.
The body feels.
How the body feels. If I felt like I need to eat 10 times a day in that day, I would eat. I would eat, but I don't. A lot of people are emotional eaters. So, and that's the reason why they get stuck in certain places, or they get scared because they think they need to have a certain amount of calories in it, and they need to get iron, get this, get that. But I think the whole nutrition thing is really flawed. It's really flawed. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Yeah, I'm gonna go into this now, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna go into
Listen, we're on the ScottBERNARD channel. We're gonna talk.
Yeah, I'm gonna go into it now because if you look at the animals in nature, whatever they are, carnivores or plant eaters, those animals only eat 1 or 2 items in their lifetime and they thrive. Now we as humans are eating breakfast, lunch, dinner. We're doing the Atkins diet, we're doing the South Beach diet, we're doing keto diet, we're doing this.
We're doing the SAD diet, which is the standard American diet.
We're doing all this and we still remain sick.
Oh, wow.
What I think the less combination you have, the more healthy you are. Because people usually reverse their diseases when they're on an empty stomach. So if you, for instance, a lot of people reverse like cancer on water fasting, they have no nutrition coming in, like on water fasting. But that goes against everything, they say you need to eat this and eat that to get this nourishment, to not get cancer, whatever. But these people reverse it without having no nutrition, just water. How does that work? These are the things you got to ask yourself and question yourself. That's what it is. My teacher is nature.
Ooh,
it's nature. That's what I learn from nature. I don't learn from anyone else. I watch nature. I see how nature thrives. We are part of nature.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
So we know. And in nature, all the animals in nature eat a raw diet. They eat a raw diet. They don't eat anything cooked. We humans are the only person that eat cooked food. Now, saying all that, the animals, if you have your family pet, a dog or a cat, you feed them, there's a cooked diet, you feed them that. They have like arthritis, high blood pressure, cancer, they have human diseases. What's that about?
Yeah.
How do they get human diseases? Because we're feeding them human foods. That's not their diet.
Basically just saying like, we need to simplify things.
Simplify.
We're too complicated.
Too complicated. Just simplify. Just look at the animals in nature. They eat very simple. Or eat and keep on eating and eating. And the worst time to eat is when you're sick. The worst time to eat is when you're sick. The worst time. You say, oh, you must eat to keep your strength up while you're sick. But you don't have no appetite. If you look at your family pet, you can learn from them. If they are sick and you put some food or water down there, they're gonna come up to the food, sniff the food and walk away. They will not eat it because they're on nature's operating table. Their body is going through a detox. Once they feel better, they will eat. That's what we're saying. So when you're sick and you don't have no appetite because the body is trying to purge what's in there.
Yes.
Now, if you try to eat, 9 times out of 10, you got to throw it up.
Yeah.
Because the body doesn't want it. It's trying to heal. And the body needs to heal when it's empty.
I totally agree. And also, too, is that some people don't understand that you're not even overweight, you're overwaste. Overwaste. Too many parasites in the body. Too many mucus in the body. Yes. The toxins in the body.
Yeah.
Inflammation in the body.
Yeah.
Can you speak more about inflammation?
It's all about the acidic foods people eating.
Oh.
It's just waste. You got all this waste in your colon. You got all this waste around your organs is all acidic. Your body has to keep on releasing calcium to neutralize the acidity. You know, and calcium is a powerful buffer. You know, so basically what you're doing now, you're taking from your calcium stores from your body. When you eat a diet that is high in alkaline foods, then nothing happens. I don't remember the professor's name, but he showed the demonstration that when a person eats something cooked, the white blood cells releasing some chemicals like it's a virus, like you have a bacteria in your system. Okay. So it's kind of like heats it up and kind of you have something going on. But you notice when nothing was heated, that didn't happen. You keep your body at a level. You don't have to, I'm not saying you have to eat a raw diet, but I think you should get more raw foods into your diet.
And now we're about to tackle something a little bit more controversial. The carnivore diet, right? Which is only animal flesh.
Right.
Can you please speak on that?
Right, well, you know, yeah, I know that I don't really know much about it because I know they just eat flesh, but I don't think it's a good diet because we don't have the digestive system to break all that meat down, and that's got to be stuck in your system, and you know it's got to build up your cholesterol. Yeah, people may get stronger. Yeah, people might build big muscles, whatever, but at what cost? At your health. That's what's costing your health. It's all about your health. You know, I can understand aesthetic-wise, you want to look good, but but that's not the only way to look good.
Speak about looking good, right? 7 years vegan, 10 years fruitarian, 11 years fruitarian.
Right, yeah.
And we work out. We work out, we look good, everything like that. Now, how are you able to maintain your muscle mass just eating fruit? Okay.
Simple. That's it. There's nothing. I just work out. I just eat what I gotta eat and I work out. I don't think about, oh, am I getting B12? Oh, am I getting calcium? Oh, I'm getting this. That's the last thing I'm thinking about. I'm not thinking about, I'm just eating. I'm eating until I feel satiated. That's it.
Yes.
That's it.
My next question to you is, why fruits and not vegetables?
Fruit is the highest form of food that you can eat. The reason why not vegetables, because to be honest, the only way vegetables can be digested is either if they're cooked or if they're juiced. The cellulose in the vegetables can be broken down. We as humans, there's an enzyme called cellulase. Humans don't have cellulase. The animals have cellulase. They can break down the cell wall. But if you eat a vegetable that's not cooked, it's got to go right through you because you're unable to break it down. And the only way you can break it down is through cooking or juicing. That breaking down that cellulose. That's the reason why. Number one, for me, for fruits, if it's a vegetable is not appealing, to be honest. I think it's a learned behavior, eating vegetables, because as a child, grandmother said or mother said, you must eat your vegetables. Yeah. But, you know, if you have a child...
Brussels sprouts.
Yeah. If you have a child, and you got a little child, you put fruits and a vegetable, they got to go for the fruit.
They're going to go for the fruit.
Try and eat again, they got to have a hissy fit. I'll tell you why, because they have their natural instincts, like all animals in nature have their natural instincts. So all the animals in nature, all the animals of the same species are eating the exact same diet in the world. We as humans are not. These are learned behaviors. So for me, for eating fruits, it's just like if I'm in an orchard, I'm going to be tempted by the fruit, the smell of fruit. But on a vegetable patch, if I see a piece of kale, it's not like, oh, let me dig that up and eat it. It doesn't make sense to me. And then, and for it to taste good, you have to slather it with butter or whatever, dressing or whatever. But eating it plain like that, we like sweet, we like sugar food, because that's what the human cell needs. So fruits for me, if I see a fruit, if a fruit tree, I can naturally go up there and pick a fruit and eat it. But that's the reason why I don't. But don't get me wrong, I have eaten vegetables because I've done the cooked diet, I've done the cooked diet, I've done the vegan diet, I've done the raw diet, I've done all the dietary lifestyles.
This is an amazing interview thus far. Please hit the like button and share this video. Right. I want to ask you this question, right? I don't consider myself as just a trainer. I consider myself as a healer. I consider you as just a fruitarian. I consider you as a modern day healer.
Yes.
And within this group that you have created, I've seen it.
Right.
The people are reversing their illnesses, reversing their diseases, they're living and they're thriving. They're not surviving, they are thriving.
Yes.
Do you have any mind-blowing testimonies from your group that you can share with us right now?
There's so many.
He got a whole archive.
Yeah, there's so many. Yeah. This is the recent one. So a friend of a friend contacted a friend of mine saying, he didn't know anything about me, but he said, I'm so deflated because I went to the doctors and they said my kidneys are 15%.
Right.
I'm probably going to need a transplant. He's really deflated. So a friend who knows me said, oh, there's this guy, buddy of mine, Orvel Douglas, he, you know, does a fruit feast challenge, called me up. And I said, give the guy my number to call me. And he called me, spoke to him. And he said, it's got to be hard for me because, you know, it's got to really be hard for me because I don't know, I'm a big guy and I just don't know. I said, well, you know, I said, if you got to think of the reasons why you want to do it. So, you know, you're at a stage where they say you may need a new kidney. You don't have anything to lose. The whole month of the challenge. And then I didn't hear from him after that for about 2 weeks after the challenge. And then he said, oh, man, Orville, I'm so sorry I'm just getting back to you. But let me tell you something, man. My kidneys was at 15, and after the 30 days, the numbers went up to 44. 44 after 30 days. Yeah, the doctor was amazed. He just didn't know what to think. You know what I mean? And he just told the doctors, he didn't tell the doctor what he's doing. He said, I'll just change my diet. Went up to 44.
You just changed the diet. You ain't take no prescriptions.
No prescription. Just
no drugs, no pills. Yeah. You know what? You see the shirt that I'm wearing, right? Plants over pills. Yeah. I think I need to cross out plants. Right. Because you don't eat plants. I got to put fruits. Fruits over pills.
No, plants. I thought it's a plant, so I still eat it. So yeah. So maybe if I saw you plants, if I got to raw vegan restaurant, I'll eat.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not rigid like that. You know.
Right.
What I'm
No, absolutely.
Yeah. In the group.
Yes, please.
Another lady in the group. She
join his group, please.
Yeah. She had a lump on her breast.
Ooh.
And she got diagnosed with breast cancer. I think it was in October, and then by November the lump had grown. So she decided to join my challenge for the January challenge, and on day 28, the lump had gone, disappeared.
Oh.
Disappeared. And I have all these on my testimonial on my website. I have a page with all the testimonials. You'll see that picture of a story, all the other stories in there. A guy have lipodema. His leg was really dark and you know, and scaly. He's been on my fruit feast challenge for the last probably year or so. His skin colors come back.
Wow.
So many. There's pictures in there of, you know, pictures. There's so many. You know, I've seen it all. Diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, cancer. I've seen it all. Just a diet, a simplicity. There's nothing complicated in it. The way I eat, because the challenge is based on my lifestyle. You know, and basically the reason how this challenge came about is because I was posting on my page regarding my eating habits and my exercise, and someone says to me, oh, you should create a page, let people join in and feel what you do, because they couldn't really understand. So that's what I did. This was 7 years ago. The first ever challenge that I did, I had so many people joined. People said, oh, my high blood pressure disappeared while I was doing it. I mean, I've never had any diseases to reverse. For me, it was all about prevention. I don't take any pills. I don't have any medical issues.
Nothing.
Zero. Nothing. No pills. I was just doing it as a lifestyle. But people who had issues, this is what happened, and I kind of documented every case. So I have all these document cases all the way from 7 years ago up until the present day.
Why do you feel like people are intimidated by the fruitarian lifestyle, or even trying to do a fruit fast?
Yeah, it's just old information that they're being told. You know, people scare them.
Yes.
People say, oh, too much sugar.
Too much sugar with the diabetes, and you just broke that down.
Yeah.
You just broke that fallacy down.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. People fear what they don't understand.
Right. Absolutely.
And then with that level of ignorance, you just start to believe any and everything out there. There's no foundation.
Right.
There's no real divine truth.
Absolutely. Yeah. So people just say and scare you. I tell people, if you got to do something, don't tell anyone.
Say it again.
Don't tell anyone. Do not tell anyone.
You got to do what's best for you at the end of the day, family. You have to. It's all about the matter of life and death. Everybody has a choice. Everybody has the power of free will. Like I said before, I will never force you. Orville will never force you.
Never.
But you see how this man can just come out and say these testimonies and say these things and bring this knowledge organically. Some of you may think, oh, this is fake, this is not real. Look, he dyed his beard all black. It's usually gray.
Right.
No, this man is really coming here and bringing divine truth and bringing divine information to you all at a high level. Next and last question is, do you feel like all this information that we have and we have received as far as the fruitarian lifestyle and detoxing and fasting and going back to Mother Nature and eating the fruits, we could have saved some family members that passed away from chronic illnesses and chronic diseases?
Yes, and I can say, because if I knew what I knew now, I would have saved my dad from prostate cancer. If I knew what I knew now, I would have saved my father from prostate cancer.
Save my father from, my father My father passed away from prostate cancer. And my father passed away from prostate cancer my last year of university, my last year of college. I didn't really have a relationship with my father like that. But that same year that he passed away was the year that I was supposed to go back to Jamaica and rekindle this relationship and build on something. And he passed away in my last year of university, man. Yeah.
Unfortunate, but now I have the knowledge. I'm here to help people. So if you, I always tell people you have nothing to lose. That's all it is. You have nothing to lose. You know, if you're sick and you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, give it a try. That's all it is. Come to my page. It's not about doing it forever. It's about detoxing the body.
Yes.
And you know, that's all it is. That's all it's about.
During the detoxing and the fasting phase for me, it's all about disciplining the body and healing the body. There's one thing you got to sacrifice for the greater gain. You cannot just have your cake and eat it too.
No, you can't.
That's not how life works.
It doesn't.
If you're not willing to sacrifice, you will never go to the next level.
Absolutely.
I can sacrifice my fleshy desires to make sure that my spiritual and my mental go to a whole nother level.
Absolutely, it's a whole different ball game.
Yes.
Whole different ball game.
You start to vibrate higher. You start to look younger.
And you see things
There's
for what
an aura.
and you see things for what they really are.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Level of consciousness.
Yeah, that level of consciousness.
Last question. What would you recommend for somebody to start this fruitarian lifestyle?
I would recommend them to come to my website.
Yes, please.
Come to my website. Come to my website, which is orveldouglas.com, ORVEL.com. Or you can send me a message by my name, Orvel Douglas. We talk about it. I'll give you information. Join the challenge. I'll guide everyone through the challenge right now. September challenge is getting ready to start. And the next one is November. Right now I have like almost 600 people in the September challenge. The challenge is always a lot of people, and I'm there to guide everyone. You know, I do video posts. If you're going through something, post about it. Someone else in the group may be going through the same thing. If you're scared about something and you don't know, you may think you're getting sick, I'm there to answer, say, no, you're not getting sick. I'm there to answer you. That's how you do it. A lot of people do it by themselves, and all these things happen to the fruitarian that really made me sick, and I was, you know, I got throwing up and I had to stop it because it wasn't working. No, it wasn't, it was working. It's just that you just didn't even know what you was doing. Bottom line.
There you go, bottom line. So don't act like you know it all, because the man that knows it all knows nothing.
Absolutely.
But the man that doesn't know it all is willing to learn something.
Absolutely, yes.
And would you recommend the fruitarian lifestyle to everybody?
Yes, everybody. Just detoxing the body. You know, as I said, you don't have to become a fruitarian. It's just about detoxing. Just put 30 days in. That's it. You'll feel much better. You will. I can guarantee you, even if you decide you cannot do it, you decide to go back to the way you eat, feel much better. But you know, at the end of the day, it's discipline is a fortitude to stay the course. That's all it is. Discipline yourself. If you really love yourself, discipline yourself.
I always say that an act of detoxing and cleansing the body is the act of self-love.
Absolutely.
If you really love yourself, you're gonna take care of yourself by any means necessary.
Think about your family, think about if you got kids, think about your grandkids. Those are things you should think about. Those are things that should drive you. Because if you go and they're still here, you're gonna say it's not good. You know, we all have to go sometime, you know, we all have to die someone, but it's all about the quality of life while you're here. Not the quantity, the quality. So it doesn't matter if you're here for 50 years, 40 years, or 100 years. It's that quality, that's what counts.
Absolutely. Some people are living, but they're not living.
They're not,
They're not living.
They're not living. Yeah, they've been dead many years ago. People say, oh, my family ate pork or whatever, and they lived to 100. I said, they didn't live to 100, they existed to 100. They probably,
wait, hold on, almost say that again.
You know, they have a family, they eat pork and smoke, and they're like 90 years old, and they say they lived to 90 years old. I said, they didn't live to 90 years old. They existed.
Ooh.
They existed. They died many years ago because the pills were keeping them alive. And so there's no money to be made in helping people. So the pills is keeping them, but they wasn't really there. I'm sure a lot of them, they couldn't wait to die because so much pain and torture they're going through. Now, if you show me this 90-year-old person who's healthy, driving a car and doing whatever, that's a different story. But people talk about that, it's always the opposite.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, family, there you have it.
Thank you.
This has been a very highly requested interview, one that I wanted to do for quite some time.
Yeah, it's been a while, man. I'm sorry, man. Everybody, you know, but better late than never. Better late than never. Yeah.
Divine timing.
Absolutely.
Because when I saw you in Harlem, first I saw you at the train station. Right?
Yeah.
You took a photo and everything, and everybody was like, oh my God, you guys know each other. I was like, this is my OG. I've known you for years now. We saw each other probably like 2 weeks ago. and we just did that quick video, and
yeah.
it blew up on social media.
Yeah, because when the first time I met you was with Badass Vegan.
Yes.
At I think it was some kind of vegan.
72nd Street.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah. That's when I first met you.
I didn't have locks then.
Right. Yeah.
Well,
yeah. Thank you so much for allowing me to share.
Much, man.
Thank you so much, man.
I appreciate you so much.
Yeah.
Don't know say I'm a yard man still, you know.
Yeah,
yardy, you know, like so. You know, definitely. Burnhard. Rate, comment, like, share, subscribe. Shout outs to the OG.
Thank you, man.
Orvel Douglas for coming on the channel and blessing us with divine truth.
Thank you, man.
I appreciate you so much, man.
Thank you. Yeah.
About to be 60, but you're looking like 35. You know what I'm saying? And please join his fruit fast.
Yeah.
Join his challenges. Please support all his future endeavors as well too. And definitely check out my website, www.scottbernard.com, for online training. And if you need nutritional facts as well too, and you need somebody that's gonna be there to support you on your wellness journey as well too. This is the first time I had him on the channel, but not the last at all.
I'm glad to be here now.
Yes.
We'll come back.
Yes, oh yeah, he's definitely coming back. He's definitely coming back. All right, so peace, God bless, and eat your fruits.
Take care. Thank you. All right.
Eat your fruits, man.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Ooh, that thing healthy. Paper bag with the greens, I'm gonna ring it up like house keys. Who got that healthy? Phone click up in the picture, got my crew all in my selfies. Ooh, that thing healthy. Ooh, that thing healthy. Who got that healthy? Who got that healthy? She open getting it in, girl jingling like house key. Ooh, that thing healthy.